Hey guys, it's Reynolds here. Today we're going to be doing a 470 money rate commentary. This is under the assumption you have Shadow and Sun. However, you don't need a twisted bow for this method, or feel free instead just to take some more extra range switches for your Zebak crossbow, but that wouldn't really do too much. The whole point of this raid is to be very comfortable on supplies. We are going to be going in with 8 restores, but you can go in with 6 or 7 and still complete the raid. But I believe 8 is a perfect mixture that allows you to have just a little extra for those hardcore runs, or sorry, softcore runs. Down to the business, what are the invocations? These are what I personally run. Quiet Prayers and Baba at 470 is perfectly fine as long as you do Baba first while she is still level 0. A lot of people don't understand this. They take Pathmaster in their 500s. They get absolutely ransacked by Baba because she's been juiced up. And even without Quiet Prayers, she will slap the ever-living hell of you. Now let's pot up. And one of the main reasons we're not bringing a lot of ranged gear for Zebak is that Zebak actually doesn't get too much benefit actually from having extra range gear unless you're bringing a BGS. And the DPS is somewhat comparable, but when you account for the fact that BGS also takes time, it also can whiff. Let me lower the sounds a little bit. And then it becomes really not worth it per inventory slot just to speed up Zebak a little bit, in my opinion. At least when it comes to making money. For the fastest raid, of course, a speedrunner is going to favor bringing those range switchers anyway. So for this room, I recommend, if you're not bringing chins, focus the shamans first, and then the thralls, and then do the rest of the room. You want to ideally chill around this area of the map, and always be ready to, hit some things while you're running over to repair. I just go for whatever's available if there's nothing to prioritize like a shaman. Mage wave is next. Of course, having good memorization of the waves also helps. That's rude. Spawned it as it died. Wait, it's still alive? Oh, shit. So like there, although it's not higher priority to kill the cursed. Obviously it's up, so I might as well hit it. Hit these guys. We are gonna get a ranger, unfortunately. We want to kill him pretty quickly after the shaman. It's gonna be the last time we melee in this room. Unless I wanted to heal up with some Partisan, but that's more of an exception. Shaman takes higher priority. And that's like a TLDR of how to, do the room. So obviously I'm high HP, no need to heal up here. But if I was low, I'd probably Divine, then Sun Spec. Summon your Thrall. Recommend dropping 2 potions at the top here. And then uncharging your staff for Death Charge. Getting a little slapped here. I believe max is 27. Might be 28. So far I haven't gotten hit above 27. That hurts. Safe up a bit. I should have divined and then done that. Would have been a little bit more efficient. I forgot to move up a little bit. Oh! Misclicked. No one saw that. Oh, I think everyone saw that. That's kind of what I meant to do, but it is what it is. I'm human. I can make a mistake. That was a pretty dumb mistake, though, to be fair, but... Okay, we'll move to here if we need to. We need to. Move down. Ow. Slapped a little bit. That's good, we def charge. At least we kind of slapped through the second phase. I shouldn't have picked up both my potions. I did recognize I wouldn't have space enough to blow a pipe, and now to run all the way back down there to get it. Oh, I hope the sarcophagus doesn't body me. Now, statistically, I should Fang spec, but in practice, every time I get him lower, I swear Baba wants to kill me harder. So I was kind of scared about that. A nice healthy amount of restores left. Remember, I could have sunned there again if I really needed to. Most of the kills you only have to sun once, though. I would say around 10% of them I have to sun twice. A little bit of brain lag there. Lost a tick. Hopefully we don't need to... Wait! Hopefully we don't need to use any restores on Kefri. But it's actually not that bad of a thing if... actually I should do a different one. Go away! You're making me parry ranged right now. He probably isn't very accurate. That's a funny exam text. But hopefully we don't need to use our SGS or anything. Oh, I don't have SGS this time. Oh, I guess we don't need to heal. That's fine. Recommend Fang twice. Running here, enthralling. And then you want to hold Death Charge until right before you get dunged. Which is going to be right here. And if done correctly, it should sort of line up with the ranger spawning. And dying. If your DPS is low, feel free to use some Fang specs to help tip it in your favor. Get that timing down. We still got 30 seconds left, so I'm not too concerned. Parry ranged and kill the spitter. No need to parry range versus the agiles until they're very low. Let's use one Fang spec. And then we'll have another Death Charge coming up, just in time for the melee. We'll use one Fang spec on him. Just because we don't really want to be still killing him while Kefri's getting up. It'll be a little bit of a non-optimized downtime. So he's gonna dung again soon. I'm gonna place it here. Just dump about 1 or 2 more Fang specs. Just in this line is fine. As long as you're not on the original tile 1. Because that'll just get you hit diagonally again. Let's do a little bit of protect range until we heal up. I like to stay above 60. But hopefully we can get to the 80 range. While eggs are up, I like to use these two. We'll guarantee the proc with a Fang spec. Near guaranteed, at least. Then melee the arcane. Then the soldier twice or once, depending how many Fang specs you have. And we'll come around this side, hit it again. We'll use a Fang spec to guarantee we get the reset on it. Or 2. We'll use a death charge. Looks like my thrall killed the arcane while I was mid-flight. And we have a very nice amount of HP. We'll just do some lazy piety flicks. I'm gonna ideally dung here. That way we have a nice open path to the end. This is about a standard kill, it feels like, maybe a slightly on the slower side. But it is level 1, so it is expected to be a little slow. Seems like at level 1 the agiles are much more accurate as well. Can't say for certain, just seems. Not sure if agiles get affected the same way bosses do. Missed a piety flick there. Let us protect range. I'll drink a prayer potion or dose if I really need to. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. I have a lot of extras anyway. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's not take any chances. I don't want to run out of prayer while I'm getting smacked and then somehow the agiles roll a 1 in 1 billion chance to kill me. I'm not taking any chances. So here I have no room for anything, so what I'm going to do is do this number -5, 15, 790. Drop the chaos runes. That'll give me room to pickaxe. If you're very high mining like me, feel free to just use it early. We'll just drop a potion. Make space. So I face diagonally that way. Face a mirror that way. I'm gonna have to relocate that mirror, unfortunately. I didn't account for a possible grief pier. Oh wait, is the solution only this way? It is only this way. That means I double messed up. I actually haven't had this puzzle in a while, so I forgot that's a thing. That's unfortunate. Just lost a lot of time. It's fine. It's not like I'm sweating that much for time. Plus a 35-minute run. So if you have high mining, you can be, I believe, 3 ticks late. It should be fine. Whoa! About to end up somewhere crazy. The pickaxe here. It'll disappear. If you didn't know, salt regenerates your run, as well as entering the room, of course, anew, but that's why I will never need a stamina in this room. You don't need to use augury in this room. If you're using max mage, you're actually already very accurate. And since accuracy has very high diminishing returns, you get almost nothing out of using augury here. It's about a 2%. So you can butterfly in any direction, someone pointed this out to me. But these tile markers I have here are not really designed for that, and I haven't really bothered to place new ones. But that is room for improvement to keep in mind. If in the future I decide it's worth it to learn it, then yeah, I probably will. Right now, I'm just tanking a melee to do it, to get in cycle. Which, although that's not great, it's a good way to not lose ticks. So there's some pros and cons to it. That's not a good way to do it. I did learn that though. Which is to run there. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to ping there, not run there. I don't think I was chanced though. As you know, this invocation setup does not have keepback, so I'm perfectly safe right now. Since he just teleported, his next special is materializing orbs. Should probably just keep on protect melee. I'll tank his first melee and then I will heal up. And then basically one attack on 4. I didn't even notice the shadows available to hit. Mess up the setup. Not too worried though. At path level 1, it's pretty hard to fail a DPS skip. So I'm gonna Thrall. This will be the last Thrall I summon, because I don't want the Thrall griefing at the end. Oops. Oh, it works like that? Oh, I didn't know it gets nulled even that way too. Proccing Akka apparently nulls that shadow too. Okay, not the ideal way to set up. Could probably end up using 1 spec here. Yeah, I'll use 1. I'll save the rest in case I need to stun later. Do a 4-way switch if I need to here. I'll get my blowpipe ready. Of how low he is, blowpipe is better than Zebak crossbow. Yep, like it didn't matter. Save out the prayer so that we can stun spec if we need to. That's gonna hit me. Do a quick little dodge like that. Watch the cardinals, then your diagonals. Looks like I'm safe for now. See, I'm hovering my mouse over the Karis. Heal up here. We'll get our Zebak crossbow ready for Zebak. We're gonna spec him up 3 or 4 times. Hopefully we don't make any stupid mistakes with upset stomach. Standard 32.4 method here. Let's copy exactly how I do it in case you don't know. Make sure you use water container on the water vault and the palm. I actually use my arrow keys for this room alone, just so I can move my camera while I'm fiddling with my mouse. Takeoff, not really too relevant. Since accuracy is diminishing returns, you know, accuracy for Zebak crossbow doesn't really matter too much once you have the top and the bottom. I didn't spec. Pretty well though. Make some space. So the solution is usually on the left side of the arena. In this case, I actually have to shoot it. You want to count for the shadow's ridiculously long travel time though. I generally like to shoot it when I was about 5 tiles away from the solution. If it's a really close solution, you might have to use your blowpipe. In which case, to shoot it when it's about 2 tiles away from the solution. But most of the time, they can be solved by either pushing directly. Let's do something like this. Or just shooting with just the shadow. The blowpipe solve is pretty rare. If at all necessary always, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure most of them can be solved by just shadow. We're gonna Zebak crossbow after our next solve. The next solve is usually on the right side of the arena. Or Zebak's left side. At least toward the boulder. So sometimes the boulders land on this side, but they're always still on the northwest of them. Let's get our another Zebak crossbow spec in. Whiff. Unfortunate. It's like a 1 in 5 chance of whiffing. A little more than that. The reason I'm not specking right now is because I want to possibly sun. Boomer switches, super old. And I'm probably gonna have to resalt here, possibly reach adrenaline, but either way doesn't matter. I didn't augury for that one. Switch the prayers after a projectile hits you. Generally be saved above 25 at all times, just so you don't get backed up by the Raj. As much as I love to Zebak crossbow the obelisk at the start, it's not too worth it. But I might adrenaline purely for this sun spec here. Just a safe up. You know, the placebo effect, how Zebak gets tankier, the lower speed he gets. Typically, you'll have a room about 3 minutes long, depending on how leveled up Zebak was. We'll power again. We can die at Warden now. And because we brought DDS into this raid, we are going to be not using our spec on obelisk here. But if you brought a 3-down weapon, like SGS rapier for example, then I would highly advise using your Zerent crossbow. We'll tank till 81 here. You can do 78 too, actually. 37, I guess. With our crossbow. Hopefully we get a one-setter. It's not too bad if we get two. Depending how our DPS looks, we'll decide when to use our Sun Partisan. This is a little bit more of a max F technique, but if our DPS is really bad and we think we're gonna get two sets, we're gonna try to heal up more last second. Although I wonder if that's really worth it. Probably not. Let's just get the spec rolling. Let's be normal humans and just do it early. Let's not show off any like weird max F techniques when we don't need to. It's not worth it. That's not the kind of audience I want anyway. I'm not really looking for like people who are like into tick eating and stuff. I'm just looking for people who want to do chill raids, you know? Chill raids, but make big bank. So we're gonna do 5 DDS into a rapier hit. At 470, you should be able to just barely squeeze in a 2 down. Regeneral in here. You need at least 5 DDSs for the first down, and at least 6 for the second down. 5 into a rapier here. Of course, if we need the sun to not chance, of course we will. We are not taking any chances, and we'll definitely take the 3 down if we really need to. Looks like we're safe. It is a nice 2 down. Just 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll just start stabbing away. No need to waste any extra spec, unless you want to save a little bit of time. I recommend Mystic Might for this. You still get a nice sizable amount of DPS. Augury, the difference between Mystic Might and Augury is also very low for this room. That's why I don't really recommend it, especially if you're already a little low on prayer. It is about 0.2 as well, I believe, or it might be 0.15, which is about a third of a thrall. I don't think it's really worth the extra prayer loss. And we'll just use our Sun Partisan to heal up here. If this guy gets to like 80.1%, I'm probably going to resummon a melee thrall. Because I don't want the thrall proccing for me when it's that low. I want to ideally get a little bit of overkill DPS going to every 20%. And resummoning the melee thrall is the best way to kind of get that done, to unsummon your thrall, sort of. That's a very max F thing, but it does kind of save some time. Speaking of that, let's get our crossbow ready. I'm not going to resummon him because there's just a few percent left. I do want to avoid that overkill scenario from happening. Nice. if you don't have max strength, because I believe you need full Torva for that 2 down, by the way, I recommend going for the 3 down technique with the SGS and rapier instead. That is a really still strong alternative. I forgot to thrall. A little bit of lag there. I got thrown off by the lag, and I forgot to memorize which one I was going for first. Although I always often forget anyway. Always often forget. I don't think that's proper English, Ronald. We'll resalt here. Where is the deeps? Obviously not worth resummoning the thrall at this point. We'll wait until after we pass the 20% threshold. Should be here. That last bit took a while. Nice, heal the full. Praise the sun. Let's pop our adrenaline. We're gonna do just 1 sun spec. That way we'll still have 2 by the time we hit final row. Sorry, 1 ZCB spec. That way we'll still have 2 sun specs available for the final row. And we'll still get max value out of one of them. I did not mean to click over there. So I would recommend using some open areas. Once your tick timing kind of feels like it lines up with the shadows instead though. Oh, let me heal. What you want to do is step on a shadow last second and then attack. Shadows are actually on a 1, 2, 3 set timing. So it'll send a set of 1 lightning, set 2 lightning, set 3 lightning. And they'll actually pop in that order. So you can do a reverse method where you click the shadow that last appeared, and then the second to last shadow. That's not the right timing, by the way. But it's kind of hard to explain. And I haven't figured out that cycle yet, but I want you guys to know that it exists. I haven't figured out the full cycle and how to do it practically in-game yet. But yeah, that's the 470 raid done. Never purple, of course. But the raid is really good. It's like 1 in 9 purples. In case you guys wanted to see my log, it is pretty fat for this raid. When you do most of your raids at high invocations, you're bound to have a good log. My raid is better than basically a world record 300 runner. Not saying they're bad at the game, of course not the world record holders. It's just that when it comes to purples, this raid always favors higher invocation raids. So someone who gets like a 20-minute, 19-minute, 300, it doesn't even come close to this kind of raid just because the invocation level is so much higher in purples per hour. So if you don't have this gear, tone it down a little bit to 40 minutes, what I recommend. If you don't have Torva, I would say go for the rapier SGS method because you're going to get a 3 down anyway. And if you're going to go for a 3 down anyway, there's no need to like save your spec for the DDS and all that stuff. Instead, I would recommend using that spec on Zebak crossbows on the obelisk, and then tanking down to about 48 instead and using sun spec. Feel free to only use 1 Zebak, but I would recommend both, and that would be a good way to do it. You have a lot of adrenaline to work with anyway, so you might as well make use of it. Feel free to experiment on your own what kind of setups work for you. Again, the twisted bow isn't necessary. You can bank these 2 for more slots. I recommend buckler and 1 extra restore, or buckler and chins is probably the best after that. Well, have a wonderful day. I wish you guys the best of luck on your shadow rebuilds and your purples. Take care.